Hi guys, I am Orlando Eastwood here. I'm going to do a video podcast. I know I haven't done one of these in a while, but I figured, after what happened Wednesday, let's do one of these and discuss about some things that I saw. So Wednesday, I had a day off from my day job. My fiance and I decided to go shopping. We loaded our son up to the shopping center that's down the road by the mall, and this shopping center used to have a movie theater in it. This movie theater was the Cinema 10, ran and operated by Cinemark up until when Cinemark closed it in 2013. I told my fiance, okay, I'm gonna take our son and I'm gonna borrow your iPod and I'm gonna go out and snap some photos, because I was curious to seeing how it looked like after a year and a half. And we've had some pretty harsh winters in that year and a half since it closed down. Winter 2013 was pretty brutal. I can remember we had negative 50 degree weather. That was kind of surprising for Mansfield, Ohio. So, loaded my son up in the stroller, decided to go out there. The way to get back to the movie theater is in between Staples and this little ice cream shop. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But snapped this photo as soon as we saw it, and then walked across the open parking lot. And it was just this odd feeling, because I can remember cars, life, everything. And now it's just a lifeless, empty slab of a establishment that, gave up on us. And I will iterate on that later. So, the first thing I noticed when we walked back out there is that there was some wooden nailed up against one of the doors. Somebody must have broken into it or something. And when we got up to it, I noticed the glass was still all over the floor, or not the floor, the ground on the outside, which kind of broke my heart. But another thing that broke my heart too is that since it's been left there for a year and a half with no sort of, tender loving care to it, no tending to it or anything like that, the concrete ceiling on the outside was already starting to crumble and decay. And that was quite a thing to see. And then I went to the ticket booth to look at it. Surprisingly, they still put the little half circles in the three spots where they used to have the ticket booth set up where you could order your tickets. The middle parts that are the three middle sections above it, where they used to have the little speaker, where you could talk in and out through, that was gone, so there's just a hollowed hole in the three spots. Upon looking at it and seeing the black and white checkered pattern for the floor and the walls and the ceiling, it just brought back this sense of wonder that also followed with a sense of sadness. The movie theater closed in 2013. I want to say the last movie I saw there was probably Kick-Ass 2. And I was planning on going to see a screening of The Purge there, which they were going to do one of these open caption. Because that was the thing they were specializing in. They were doing these deaf and hard of hearing screenings where they'd have English captions etched into the film print itself. So that'd be, even though like a movie would already be out on video or DVD or Blu-ray at the time, it'd still be nice to go below $1 and see it on the big screen given the captions and whatnot. it brought this sense of sadness because 5 years ago, 6 years now since I came back to Ohio, it was booming. People were going hand over fist, handing over money so they could all watch what had already been out for easily a month or two at a time. And you'd have it packed. I'm talking bumper to bumper, filled parking lot, filled seats, the works. Go there several times with my family. And since my son was right there in his stroller at the time, the sense of dread that came with it was that he's not going to know, that there was movies here once. There was entertainment, there was enjoyment, there was happiness. And I think, with the fact that we've had a giant car company leave Mansfield, which killed the economy here, I think that, we're all struggling to keep our head above water. And I think that with the Dollar Theater closing was one of the last nails in Mansfield's coffin. I'm not saying that, this town's a ghost town, but in some ways it literally is becoming a ghost town. You can drive by and see tons and tons of empty buildings where numerous professional and local establishments were thriving. But seeing the checkered floor and seeing it vacant and decaying just made me think of all the times that I'd been there. All the times I probably handed over hundreds, easily thousands of dollars to go watch movies there. While I may have not grown up in Mansfield my whole life, I do have family here. I was not here for when the theaters all made the transitions and the Cinema 3 and the Cinema 4 shut down. I was in Germany at the time when that happened. But coming back to it in 2009 was just an odd thing. And the sad thing is that I mentioned earlier about it could have been saved and all that stuff. Cinemark started to make the transition to digital. The main theater was digital. It was in 3D. They had everything. You could see a 3D movie there, discounted for $4. Might have been $5 during the weekend, but for $4, it was amazing. But as I said, somebody must have broken in and vandalized it or something, because as you can see in one of the photos, somebody tore down the doors to the main theater hall on the left-hand side. Surprisingly, the place is still intact. Granted, the signs are all ripped down off the walls, the concession signs are all gone and all that stuff. Oddly and ironically, the trash cans are still there, on the inside and the outside. They're still there, which is odd that you would have thought, oh hey, let's take the trash cans with us, but nothing. Just seeing this like this is kind of just a real eyesore to me. Not like, ugh, it's horrible to look at, but it's heartbreaking. And I've rambled to my fiance a lot lately about if I get to make movies that if I ever become successful, what I would like to do is to open up one of them again and breathe life back into it. She she keeps telling me that's a big waste of time and money and all that stuff, if I ever was. Because I have outweighed the pros and cons between, the old Kingsgate 4 and the Cinema 10, and yeah, they're both in pretty bad shape, and especially upon looking at the Cinema 10 and the 4. The Cinema 4 has been closed since 2004, and it looks pretty rough. But seeing as the Cinema 10 has only been closed a year and a half, and the concrete slabs are all breaking off the ceilings, it's kind of, yeah. But who knows? Maybe one day. Maybe one day we can bring it back. I would sure love to see more movies here. I'd love to see more artsy films, more, wide range of, films from all over the world come here. But who knows? Maybe one of these days. I'm Orlando Eastwood. I'm going to sign off now. I think I'm rambling too long. Y'all have a good night.